A FART-astic tale by yours truly, Karen Johnston. Watch out, Tooter! Oh no, you got me! Your paws are lightning fast, but it's not over yet. Okay, guys, time to bring out the colossal snowball! Okay, let's throw it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's cold!
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. Hey, I know you. You're one of Santa's elves. Oh, that's right. We always see you carrying big bags of presents every year.
Yup. Santa Claus always makes sure to put my strong muscles to use. He always finds the perfect job for each of his elves. Speaking of, that's why I'm here. We really need your help down at the workshop. There have been so many good boys and girls this year, that we will never finish on time. Oh no! Ribbit! All the boys and girls deserve a special Christmas. We need to make this happen. All in favor of going to help Santa, raise your hand.
Me! Oh look! Our friends are raising their hands too! Oh, we know we can always count on you to help. Okay, we're all in. Now, which way to the workshop?
Just follow the good kid scroll.
Whoa! That's a long scroll. We better get a move on if we want to finish on time. This calls for my special power. See you there. Toots away. Tooter! Ew! Okay, friends, hold your noses. We have work to do. Come on, let's go! Up on a hill at the North Pole, under the dancing aurora, Santa's workshop was buzzing with excitement. Christmas was drawing closer, and there was so much work to get done. Helper elves were rushing back and forth, stumbling over each other, hoping to finish all the presents in time for Christmas morning. They wrapped with a swish, taped with a snap, stitched with a rhythm, and snipped with a clap. One elf, who was exhausted from working so hard, even fell asleep on the job. "Wake up, Holly Jolly!" shouted Zoomy. "You can sleep once all the kids are happy." The tired elf looked up to see who had spoken, but Zoomy was already gone, so he yawned and slowly drifted back to sleep once more. Santa flicked open his good kid scroll. Whoops! It sprang free! Bada-bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. It went across the floor and out the back door.
Ho, ho, oh no! Santa chuckled. That's a lot of good boys and girls this year.
Sparkle's mouth popped open in surprise. Golly, Santa! With so many good kids, how will we ever finish on time? With a twinkle in his eye, Santa turned to his quickest and strongest elf.
Zippy, to the forest! We need a helping hand from our woodland friends, he said. Zippy dashed back into the workshop later that evening. The blizzard's been fierce, but we've got some brave volunteers, he said, beaming, as he introduced the shivering trio of hedgehogs, a pair of rabbits, and a determined frog. Santa cheered. That's wonderful. And me, the otter said as he jumped up and down behind Zippy so Santa could see him. I'm here to help too. Splendid. Every helper counts, Santa said, giving the group a big, warm hug. Ho, 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 ouch! Santa yelped as a hedgehog's quill poked his big tummy. He rubbed his belly, his eyes widening in surprise before crinkling with laughter. Oops, my spikes can be a bit prickly, the hedgehog chuckled, her nose twitching with mischief. I'm not on the naughty list now, am I? She said jokingly. Oh, not at all. It's a sign you're just the one for a very special job. Santa winked, already plotting the perfect task for her. The hedgehogs were master painters, so they were assigned to the present production department. They dipped their quills in paint and rolled over the toys, creating beautiful colored patterns. Oh, darlings, those patterns are fabulous, gushed Jay. Meanwhile, the two rabbits helped pack the presents, their paws working at lightning speed. Look at that! I have never seen a present wrapped so fast. You guys rock! Spike shouted as he high-fived them. As Sparkle was going on her break, she caught the mischievous frog grabbing peppermint drops with his tongue. Hey! We need those for Christmas, she teased. The frog blushed. Oops! Ribbit! He said, taking the sweet out of his mouth and placing it back where he found it. Come with me, Sparkle continued. Since you can jump higher than anyone else, I have the perfect job for you. I challenge you to clean as many cobwebs as you can from the factory ceiling by using those springy legs of yours. That sounds like fun, the frog replied eagerly. I'll be done in a flash. Watch this. He bent his legs and boing! Up he went. Mrs. Claus smiled at the tired faces around her and turned to the otter. Come along, dear. I have just the thing to give every elf and creature a big boost of energy. But shh, it's a Claus family secret recipe. With your helping paws, we'll be done in a jiffy. The excited otter scampered along beside her, with his tail wagging all the way to the kitchen. The otter was quite the little rascal,
crunching pieces of cookie dough when he thought Mrs. Claus wasn't looking. Tray after tray was filled with scrumptious, chocolate-dipped shortbread cookies. But some had mysteriously disappeared. Mrs. Claus pondered with a playful glance at the trays.
I'm sure we had more cookies than this. Time for a snack, my busy helpers.
Mrs. Claus's voice rang out warmly as she gracefully entered the workshop, with the Otter waddling proudly beside her, his tiny paws holding a stack of cookies that filled the room with a buttery, sweet smell. The elves and woodland creatures clapped and cheered. The frog grabbed a cookie with his quick tongue. Yum, yum, what a treat! He cheered with a hop. You're the best, Mrs. Claus! Mrs. Claus thanked the Otter by giving him a red bag tied with a golden ribbon. It was filled with colorful beans, which she had grown with lots of love and care inside her greenhouse. Santa, Santa, Santa! The Otter blurted out, so full of energy from all the cookies he had eaten. I just finished helping Mrs. Claus. Anything else I can do? Santa looked at the little ball of jumping fur. He was still licking the chocolates off his lips. He paused and stroked his beard in thought.
Aha! He said, I have just the job for all that energy. Come, follow me.
As they walked,
Santa asked, What's your name again, my friend?
Tooter! The Otter replied, popping one of the beans into his mouth. It burst with flavor like a rainbow on a crisp winter morning. Santa chuckled.
Tooter? What an unusual name indeed.
Suddenly, Tooter's belly gurgled. It went rumble, 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 and puffed. Out ripped a thunderous fart. Ho, ho, ho! Santa roared with laughter.
Well, I guess that name fits.
Yup, you got that right. I have so many hilarious stories to tell you. This one time, I was building a treehouse and I... Santa gasped. Tooter looked at Santa, his eyes wide with alarm. What's wrong, Santa? Tooter asked.
It's the reindeer. Look closely,
replied Santa. Tooter looked over at the reindeer and saw something odd. They were perfectly still, snuggled up in their hay beds in a deep sleep.
Zzz, snuffle, zzz, snuffle.
There was no twinkling magic around them. Usually, each reindeer had a gentle glow, a sign of their magical power to fly high in the sky. But now, that special sparkle was missing. Even Rudolph's red nose, normally as bright as a shining star, was fading away. Santa knelt down beside them, whispering, "What's the matter, my dear friends?" gently patting each one, he urged, "Let's get up. The children need us." However, Donner just yawned. Vixen's nose gave a little twitch, and Comet's hooves moved only ever so slightly. "Tooter," Santa said, his voice filled with concern. "If our reindeer friends can't fly tonight, the children won't get their presents on Christmas morning." "Oh no, Santa! We can't let that happen! There's got to be something we can do," Tooter said, determined to help. Santa placed a comforting hand on the young otter's shoulder and smiled back at him. "You're right, Tooter. Your belief in the magic of Christmas is just what we need right now. Let's think really hard. I'm sure if we work together, we can come up with a great idea." I wonder if they might just be hungry. I know that when my tummy rumbles, I don't feel like myself either, Tooter said thoughtfully. With a little nod, he dug his furry paw into the red bag and pulled out a handful of yummy beans. He quietly tiptoed over to the reindeer and carefully tucked a bean into each of their mouths. Tooter grinned. "A yummy snack always makes me feel better. I hope you feel better soon, friends." All of a sudden, the reindeer's tummies rumbled and grumbled. It grew louder and louder until Pffffft! The reindeer could not stop tooting. It sounded like a silly symphony of farts. Each toot made them feel lighter, and they began to float. Their magic was back, just a little bit stinkier than before. Okay, make that a lot stinkier than before. Tooter, you're a hero. You brought back their magic. Santa cheered as he gave Tooter a massive bear hug and spun him around. "Whoa, Santa!" Tooter laughed, his cheeks puffing out. "Careful, or all those treats might come flying back up." As Santa plopped him down, Tooter looked up, scratching his head in wonder. "But how did my magic fart beans bring back their flying powers?" Santa knelt down, his eyes twinkling. "Tooter, the magic of Christmas comes from love and kindness. When you shared your snacks, you showed the reindeer true friendship. That spark of generosity brought their magic back." With a chuckle, Santa patted his belly, and Mrs. Claus's special beans gave them that extra boost of floating power. Ding dong! The old grandfather clock chimed. "Ho ho! Oh no! It's almost time!" Santa cried. "Hurry, Tooter!" Tooter hopped on Santa's back, and they dashed off to the workshop to get ready for their big Christmas Eve adventure. "Load the gifts," Santa's voice boomed as the elves and their woodland friends scurried to and fro, their tiny feet going pitter-patter across the floor.
Heave-ho!
Everyone shouted in unison as they quickly piled the presents into the sleigh. At long last, the sleigh was ready. Santa turned to Tooter with a warm smile.
Tooter, would you do me the honor of joining me tonight?
Tooter's eyes sparkled with excitement. Really, Santa? I'd love to help deliver gifts to all the good boys and girls. All the happiness in his body made him bounce up and down like a yo-yo. But then, Tooter's bouncing slowed down. A sudden thought made him pause. The sleigh would soar high into the clouds, and his feet wouldn't be able to touch the ground anymore. Tooter glanced around, worried about what the others might think. But Santa, he stammered, his voice trembling slightly. I'm scared of heights. My tail starts shaking just thinking about it. Tooter's friends saw he was scared, but they didn't laugh at him. Instead, they started to cheer him on. You can do it, Tooter! Twinkle shouted, her voice full of confidence. Spike pumped his fist in the air. You've got this, dude! Jay flapped his hands excitedly. Fly high, Tooter! Be brave and fabulous. Zoomy twirled around in her chair. Zoom through the skies, Tooter! Going fast is a blast. You're gonna love it. The frog leaped up high, bouncing with each cheer. Toot, toot, tooter! Boing! Toot, toot, tooter! Boing! The hedgehog trio and rabbit duo chimed in, their voices ringing out as they sang, Tooter, Tooter, you can do it! The support from his friends, old and new, echoed around him, and Tooter looked on as they waved their hands, some webbed, some not, along with claws and paws in encouragement. He felt his insides go warm and fuzzy, and tears welled up in his eyes. He saw how much his friends believed in him, and he started to believe in himself too. I see what you mean, Santa. Kindness and love really do make you feel magical, said Tooter as he swallowed a lump in his throat. For everyone here, and for every child waiting for Christmas, I want to make you all proud. You know, Tooter, said Santa, being brave isn't about not being scared. It's about being scared, but still trying your best to do it anyway. Santa winked at Tooter and whispered, I have a secret fear too. Balloons. They make me jump when they go pop. Santa mimicked a balloon bursting, making Tooter laugh. But I still blow them up for Mrs. Claus every year on her birthday. That's what courage is all about. Tooter giggled as a smile spread across his face. I guess everyone has fears, and that's okay, because friends and family will always help you through it. Let's do this, Tooter said with confidence, taking a deep breath in. 3, 2, 1, toots away! Tooter and Santa pulled on the reins, giving the 12 reindeer their cue to start their bum-bum engines. Pffft, brap, brrr, squeak, blarp, blarp, blarp. The sleigh shot up towards the moon, sending a cloud of stinky toot gas at Santa and Tooter. Santa joked, pinching his nose with a clothespin. "This will be the merriest, stinkiest Christmas ever!" The whole air made soft whooshing sounds, making Tooter feel like a superhero as he looked down from high in the sky. Whoa! He gasped. The snow twinkled like glitter and made the trees look like they were tucked into cozy white blankets. "Look there!" Santa pointed at the breathtaking northern lights, with their ribbons of green whizzing and whirling around. "Santa, it's so pretty!" Tooter cheered, his eyes wide with wonder. "Hey, Santa," Tooter said, with that cheeky look on his face. "Is it summer? Because I feel all my fears melting away."
Ho, ho, ho! I'm putting that joke in the next batch of Christmas crackers,
Santa chuckled. As they flew above the houses, the reindeer tried their best to be quiet so they wouldn't wake up the sleeping children.
Controlling their stomachs was hard,
And they made silly faces as they softly released their special gas. Puffed, puffed. As the sky started to get brighter, the sleigh began to slow down. The reindeer's toots grew softer and fewer. Puffed, puff, puff. Santa's mouth hung open.
Uh-oh! Our reindeer are running out of toot power. How will we get home now?
Tooter murmured to himself as he tried to think of a plan. He opened the bag of beans, but saw only 5 left. Not enough for all the reindeer. Then a light bulb went off in his head. "Don't worry, Santa, I've got this," he declared as he went munch, munch, munch and scoffed down all 5 toot beans. He felt the power growing in his stomach and clenched onto Santa with all his might as a colossal volcano of toot gas erupted from his tushy. Toots away! The sleigh blasted off like a fart rocket, so fast that it made Santa's hat fall off into the wind. Ho, ho, oh no! Santa chuckled. Well, maybe a lucky child will find it.
What a special surprise that would be.
With a gentle thud, the sleigh landed safely back at the North Pole. Mrs. Claus rushed out excitedly to greet her Christmas adventurers.
How did you make it back so quickly?
She asked, looking from Santa to Tooter.
And where's your hat, dear?
Ho, ho, ho! Santa chuckled, his eyes shining with laughter.
Never mind about that, my darling. It's quite the story. I'll fill you in later. But for now,
He turns to Tooter, ruffling the otter's hat with his icy cold gloves.
I think it's time to celebrate.
Under the starry sky, on a frosty night, there was laughter and dance and joyous sight. Santa clapped and laughed.
Ho, ho, ho!
Mrs. Claus twirled, putting on quite a show. Zoomy spun around, a shimmering star. Froggy leaped with gusto, both high and far. Spike's electric guitar roared like a bear, while the rabbits clapped to the beat, a perfect pair. The hedgehogs giggled and shouted yippee as Zippy juggled them skillfully. Sparkle, Twinkle, and Jane danced without a care, busting out moves everywhere. Santa raised his glass, his eyes full of cheer,
To Tooter, our hero, who conquered his fear. With his mighty farts, he saved the day. Who knew beans could be used that way?
Tooter blushed and smiled, then pointed to his heart. The magic of Christmas, it's like a big fart! A fart! They all laughed with a puzzled look. Tooter grinned and explained, like reading from a book. Friendship, acceptance, respect, and teamwork too. That's the true magic that brought us here, me and you. They all cheered and clapped, their spirits so bright. The joy of togetherness, a bond held tight. So cheers to us all! Let's shout hooray! Now, let's celebrate together! Toots away! Yay! We did it, everyone! We saved Christmas! Now all the good boys and girls all over the world will have gifts on Christmas morning. Everyone helped in their own special ways. Our friendship and teamwork are the true magic behind Christmas.
Now that's the Christmas spirit I like to see. Oh, before I forget, I have one last Christmas wish to grant. Merry Christmas, Karen!
Whoa, really? For me?
Read this letter, dear.
Oh, I wonder what it could be, friends. Dear Karen, you have been so good this year, telling children lots of stories that bring them joy and inspiring them to become the best person they can be. I would like to reward your kindness with something you've wished for a long time. A sleigh ride in the sky! It's my dream come true! Thank you, Santa Claus!
Come on, Karen, hop on the sleigh.
You go, Karen! Until next time, friends, always remember, the magic of Christmas is the love in your heart and the love of all the people around you. Merry Christmas, everyone! Toots away!